Here's what we're gonna do. Today we're gonna be watching Designer Lily. Now she says why you should work as a product designer for free. Free? Are you kidding me? Now let's see what she has to say.
As a product designer, your experience is your greatest leverage.
That's true.
In the beginning, you have little leverage, therefore less choice. The fastest way towards better opportunities is by gaining more experience. In this competitive market, the competition is at its peak. The only product designers I've known who never did free work were the few who were lucky enough to be able to internally transfer roles at big tech companies.
Few.
Other than that, there is
few.
no product designer I know who transitioned from another career who didn't do any type of free product design work. They built experience from free work before landing into full-time roles, including myself. These are people like former architects, artists, toy designers, game designers, or even analysts. Now they work in companies like LinkedIn. Something a lot of people don't realize is that engineering is the most expensive resource. Even unpaid opportunities where the product will be built are extremely hard to come by. More often than not, founders will do the design work of the first iterations of their product. Let's say you're a founder who has $250,000 in savings.
Okay.
This is to cover all living expenses, and you're doing everything. You are doing the marketing, you are doing the designs, you are doing the writing, you are doing the websites, the customer support, everything. You are working with an engineer firm, though you are coding yourself, and they cost you around $10,000 a month.
Oh, damn.
Even if you live super lean, as in living on ramen, your total runway is still 2 years or less, and you've already used 6 months of that runway. Who would you hire in this scenario? A, someone with less than a year of experience for $50 an hour,
Okay.
or B, someone with 3 years of experience charging $80 an hour. It's almost always going to be A. A has less risk, meaning you won't be wasting your time and cost in engineering. But if it's free, let's say A is charging for nothing, and they're doing the work for free with less than a year of experience versus B, who is still charging $80 per hour with 3 years of experience, sometimes they may choose A. A is still a risky bet given that they could design a product that doesn't work to fulfill your needs, and you may waste 3 or 4 or 6 months of runway time, which costs you anywhere from $30,000 to over $60,000. If the founder has raised capital and has some funding, they'll most likely still go with B, who is still charging $80 an hour because they are less risky unless you have additional leverage like someone they trusted referred you. Usually, people would still go with B because, again, B is a candidate with more experience and has less risk and is probably able to design the product and solve design problems faster, saving you money in the long run versus going with someone for free. Now switching over to a company who's looking to hire. Who do you think the company is more likely to hire? A designer with lots of experience, mix of free, or B, a designer with some experience who only did paid jobs. I'm willing to bet across the board most companies would hire A who has more experience because, to be frank, if it's paid or unpaid, it doesn't really matter as long as the product got built and you were able to work with product management or software engineering. My story of how I broke into product design is largely thanks to all the free work that I did. I won 2 major hackathons in which I got into their startup incubator and I was able to get my first hands-on experience building product for free. Then with that experience, I got into an accelerator that paired students with clients to do free work. That accelerator costed me $14,000, so I paid $14,000 to do free work.
Are you kidding
I chose this
me?
over other options because I knew this program would guarantee I would have hands-on experience, which very few programs could do. Because the work was free.
Pause. But still, $14,000. Are you kidding me? For free work? Play.
The program had a lot of flexibility in the timeline and how we wanted to do the work. That means we could run a lot of user testing, try out different UX methodologies without rigid timelines. This ability to explore different approaches without a rushed timeline was unique to this experience because in all the paid opportunities I did, it's always been more about efficiency than learning to do things right. after I gained more experience through free work, I gained more leverage in choosing better opportunities, and people started seeking me. This meant that I could choose better opportunities like better projects, better teams, better compensation, and so on. For my career development, I've been told this by numerous business owners to consider networking with favors. What they do, the type of people who fly business class, is that they network with favors and they don't take monetary compensation because doing it for free creates a leverage for them. If they were paid, they lose a lot of that leverage as money becomes the main form of compensation. There are a lot of unspoken soft currencies that can change your life more than hard currencies, which is the money at hand. Gratitude is something that comes in handy when you need a bigger favor. This is particularly useful if you also want to network up. Otherwise, people will just pay others to get it done, and you may never even get those opportunities to work on the project or make those connections. What I would do free work is that after a project together, there could be potentially future projects we do together. Basically, I'm gaining fellow team members. I could also gain more connections because word of mouth is incredibly powerful. Instead of money, sometimes I could even ask for equity. If I do an awesome job for free, people are more likely to talk about me with their connections, and they'll remember me when another opportunity comes around. I've known a lot of tech workers who are product managers at places like LinkedIn, engineering for Google, who worked on projects for free with their friends and friends of friends in order to build something together. For example, Igloo Chat is one of those products where everyone worked for free. It was a really fun product to work on, and even though I was only there briefly, I was still able to gain a lot of valuable experience that I could grow from. And to be frank, that was one of the funner projects that I got to work on. Oftentimes when you do things for free, you can have a lot of picking in the projects and the work that you want to do. I hope this video sheds some insight into why paid work is not the end-all be-all. If I could go back in time, the number one advice I would give myself is to start offering my services for free earlier on to gain as much experience as possible. And the caveat here is to offer services to people who are either engineers or product managers who have hired engineers, meaning that they have a solid grasp on how to build product and work with design and engineering.
Guys, free work is the way. Free work is the way. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe to Designer Lily's channel. Link is in the description. Don't forget, it's PMs and engineers you're supposed to talk to. Not everyone has the power to call you in to give you an opportunity. So to find an opportunity is also work. But you get there one day. See you in my next video.